Hi, I'm Christy Rost. Today's show is inspired by the flavors of Ireland. No, not corned beef and cabbage, but poultry, pork, cabbage, and of course, Irish whiskey. All of these flavors are going to combine into a memorable meal because you are at home with Christy Rost. So today I'm making roasted chicken thighs with an Irish whiskey reduction, and I'm serving it with wilted Savoy cabbage with crumbled bacon on top. So let's get started with the chicken. I've preheated my skillet, and this is the coolest skillet. This is an Analon skillet with sear technology, and it's Analon X, and I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. I don't need very much. And then I have chicken breasts, and I have left the skin on these because I want them to get really, really brown. So I'm just going to season with some beautiful Italian sea salt, and some freshly ground black pepper. And just swirl to coat the bottom of the pan and transfer the chicken in. And they're going to sear on the bottom of the skillet here with the skin side down for about 3 to 4 minutes. And that will allow the skin to get really, really brown and nice and crispy. I think I have room enough for one last chicken breast or chicken thigh right in there. Okay, then while that browns, over in the other pan here, I have bacon. I have about 5 strips of bacon, and I have cooked them until they're really, really crisp. And then this will be what I use to crumble. So I just remove them for the pan. And you know, you can use tongs if you like, but when I cook bacon, I always tend to like a fork to just flip my bacon. For me, it's just easier. Ooh, I'm starting to smell the chicken. That means it's doing something great. Then the key to any recipe that uses a wine reduction is you always save the browning in the pan, because the brown is the flavor. And the same with the wilted Savoy cabbage. I'm going to use some of the bacon fat, not all of it, I'll drain some off, but I'll use some of that for wilting the cabbage. So we'll do that as soon as this chicken is ready to go. So the chicken is beautiful golden brown on the bottom here. So I'm going to turn it over and sear the other side for about 3 minutes. At that point, I can put it into a roasting pan. My oven is already preheated to 350 degrees. And I will roast the chicken for about 40 to 45 minutes uncovered. And it'll cook through in about that time. I always use a meat thermometer, about 165 degrees, inserted into the center. And then you know it's done. So I'm going to step over here now. I reserved that bacon drippings, and I'm going to make the wilted Savoy cabbage. Hi, I'm Christy Rost. Analon X is designed for flawless performance. Its non-stick surface is engineered to keep oil in the middle of the pan, directly under the food, for caramelizing and searing that create the flavors you love. A thick stainless steel base distributes heat evenly, and it's safe for all stovetops, including induction. Analon X is the official cookware for At Home with Christy Rost. Hi, I'm Christy Rost. It all started years ago with a woodworking tool. Now microplane graters, citrus zesters, classic rasp, butter blades, ginger tools, cheese graters, vegetable peelers, and spice grinders are an indispensable tool in nearly every kitchen. Microplane is the official grater in At Home with Christy Rost. So I've reserved the bacon drippings, and to this I'm going to add about a cup of red onion, peeled and chopped pretty fine. I like to do mine pretty fine. And I'm just going to saute this for a moment, and then I'll add in some chopped garlic. So I've got some beautiful garlic here. Use about 2-3 large cloves, and I like to chop mine fairly fine. Some people like to use a garlic press, but today I'm using my great Analon knife. Super sharp. Feels good in my hand too, which is nice. So then I just take this garlic, add it in with the onions. I think I'll use a wooden spoon for this. And just saute this around. Once the onion is starting to take on the color from the bacon drippings, then I can begin to add in my cabbage. Now this is Savoy cabbage. Let me show you what that looks like. It's like this. It has a very fine vein in it, and it wilts quickly when you cook it, which is the reason why I'm using it. It's also a very popular cabbage grown in Ireland. So that goes real well with today's theme of Irish at heart. In the meantime, the chicken has been sauteing for about 3-4 minutes here. And so it's ready for me to transfer to a roasting pan. So I'm going to turn that off. So I will just saute this until it begins to take on color. And that'll take a couple minutes. So this is the cabbage when it's just about halfway done. You'll notice that it still has its green color. I'm going to let it cook just a little longer until it gets kind of a nice golden brown, because that's going to add extra flavor to the final dish. The Irish cabbage is golden brown, so I'm going to add in some fresh chopped parsley. Just stir this around a little bit, and then this will hold for a little bit while I keep it warm, and I can do the whiskey reduction sauce. So here we go. I saved a little bit of the chicken fat in here because it's going to add beautiful flavor, and also it's got all that beautiful brown in the bottom. Remember I said when it's brown in the bottom, that means you have flavor. So I'm going to get my Irish whiskey ready. I've got some garlic here I'm going to throw in here and just stir this briefly. It just takes about 30 seconds, and the garlic's going to start picking up this flavor. And then I add in about a cup of Irish whiskey. Love that sound. And then I add an equal amount of chicken stock. And I stir and turn up the heat to high. because I want this to come to a full rolling boil. And as it boils, it will reduce the amount of liquid. It will concentrate the flavors. Now, I'll add some freshly ground pepper to this. I may add some salt to it, but because I salted the chicken, it may not need that. But even the pepper, I'm gonna hold off until this has reduced, because remember, as it reduces, it's concentrating flavors. You don't want too much pepper in here. So we're just gonna let this come to a full boil, reduce down by half, and then we'll be ready to get the chicken out of the oven. So the cabbage is ready to serve. Now I'm going to go get the chicken because it is perfect in the oven, 165 degrees with a meat thermometer. And I just pull this out. Oh my gosh, look how gorgeous this is. Woo! Love it. Okay, so we're ready to serve and I'm ready to eat. So here we go. So I take the cabbage and I'm going to put this around the edge of the dish. Look at how pretty that is. Look at all the color and you know the flavor. This is all caramelized. It's beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, standing here serving this, I just want to eat right out of this pan. Boy, it's beautiful. Okay, and I just spread that evenly around. So I've got, oh good, it's not too hot. There we go. And then here comes the crumbled bacon. So I'm just going to crumble this on top. And who doesn't love bacon? Makes every dish better. And then the chicken. And I like to just center all of the chicken right into the dish. Just like this. This is country cooking at its best. And in this case, it's Irish country cooking. So then I have my reduction sauce. Look how thick and rich this is. All of the garlic is finely chopped in there, and here comes the flavor. Oh wow. When you call folks to dinner for this one, get ready for the rush. And just a little bit of parsley just to top it off. I like to put a little in each corner. And there you go. This is roasted chicken thighs with Irish whiskey reduction sauce and a Savoy wilted cabbage. Today's Irish-inspired roasted chicken is being paired with a 2021 Provenance Vineyards Chardonnay from Monterey with flavors of peach and Asian pear and a long finish. It is the perfect pairing to go with this dish. Thanks so much for joining me today on At Home with Christy Rost, where hospitality, great food, and beautiful wines are a tradition. My thanks to my sponsors, Analon, Microplane, Little Bear Golden Honey, Provenance Vineyards, Parmasale Sea Salt, Tip Tech, and special friends at Melissa's Produce. Cheers. Hi, I'm Christy Rost. Analon X is designed for flawless performance. Its non-stick surface is engineered to keep oil in the middle of the pan, directly under the food, for caramelizing and searing that create the flavors you love. A thick stainless steel base distributes heat evenly, and it's safe for all stovetops, including induction. Analon X is the official cookware for At Home with Christy Rost. Hi, I'm Christy Rost. It all started years ago with a woodworking tool. Now, microplane graters, citrus zesters, classic rasp, butter blades, ginger tools, cheese graters, vegetable peelers, and spice grinders are an indispensable tool in nearly every kitchen. Microplane is the official grater in At Home with Christy Rost.